Hi, everyone. Welcome back to this week's live Psychic Tarot show with Ashala. I'm coming at you through the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. Let's have a look at that. I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. Just 1 second, and I will bring it up on the screen. Here we go. So, come back onto StreamYard. Woo! I thought I had it waiting and I didn't have it waiting. There we are. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And you can also book a consultation with me. And I'm going to show you where you can go to access that. This is on the Beyond Mystic Consultations page. And here is a 1-hour psychic tarot reading session with Ashala. You just go on to this link here to book your session, and you can use the coupon code on the ticker banner below to receive a discount on your session. So let's go into this week. Just 1 second here. I'm going to stop sharing. Oh my goodness. A lot of things to focus on all at the same time. And I've had a super busy week. How have you all been? Have you had a really high energy week? Please put that in your comments if you have. You know, we looked last week at all that double Gemini energy, and I was saying it's going to feel like we're just sort of spinning our wheels a lot. Hello, everybody. Hi, Valerie, the seer. And Lori Mayo, hi there. Lovely to see you, Warrior Patriot. Frederick, super awesome. And I know that someone else was saying, yeah, they were suspecting that this week was going to just continue following in that high energy frequency where it's just a lot of activity, a lot of energy needing to be moved. And fortunately, I was getting last week that we were going to have those reserves a lot more than we have for the last little while. So let's see what this week has in store. Are we going to get to sort of back away from that high energy temporarily? What's going on in the world stage that we need to be aware of? Okay, so we're starting this week off with a fantastic card. This is the wishing card. It's called Wish Fulfillment. It's the 9 of Cups. 9s are about kind of synthesizing, gathering all the energies together. Cups are emotions. So emotional fulfillment, wishes fulfilled, and you have to know what you want to have it fulfilled. So this is a bit of a theme that we've been running for the last, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks anyway. It's a lot about getting in touch with what lights you up, what gives you fulfillment. If the universe doesn't know what you want, how is it able to give you that? Just want to check in, make sure the sound is good. Hi, everybody. Yay. So yeah, 9 of Cups, a really, really great card to start off our week with. And it is, I want to say, an energy that brings a kind of peacefulness, a kind of hopefulness. So let's discover more about how we can work with that energy. In Taurus, insecurity, we have the most insecure card of the tarot. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, not the greatest energy to have in the house of Taurus. So we're not going to get too worried about that yet. 5s are temporary, but a lot of us could be feeling like we're seeing old Mother Hubbard goes to the cupboards and they're bare. We're seeing energetically a concern about finances. We've been talking about this a lot, especially through the month of May and now into June. So let's have a look. What are the next 5 weeks going to look like? Are we going to be sort of preparing ourselves to go through some of these bumpy rides that have been predicted? We'll see what comes up around how to support that energy and not go too spiraling down. So with the 5s, again, it's about not getting stuck in making this your permanent narrative. It's about just seeing it as a temporary frequency, I know for a lot of us, we're like, well, yeah, but this has been going on forever. And, on some level it has, and yet a lot of what needs to shift is our relationship to what security actually is. So, in a way, we could say with that Nine of Cups right beside this Five of Pentacles, we could say that we are getting a new perspective on what security is, and maybe we're letting go of some of the things that we used to think helped us feel safe and secure. Okay, next card in Gemini is a great card. It's exploring. It's, the courage to look outside the box. And again, this is when we're facing these crunchy times, these economic kind of turning points, it forces us to think outside the box. It forces us to examine our priorities, to think about what we've been depending on to give us that sense of security. And, if those systems are not working anymore, we're being shown that there could be some new ways of working with finances and with our overall sense of material security and well-being. All right, now in the House of Home, Sanctuary, lovely card. This is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is very, I want to say, romantic. It's really a lot about feeling loved and appreciated in your home space. So there could be a real sense of nurturing in your home space this week. It is a good place to find sanctuary. And you may even be looking at just some slight adjustments in your home space to give it that sense of security and sanctuary. We talk about that. Some weeks it's like, get out of the house, get out and do stuff. And you're probably not going to feel very secure and like you have a sanctuary in your home, even if you do have a space that you've set up like that. And other weeks it's just like hunker in and enjoy what you have. Enjoy the things that give you that sense of peace and sanctuary in your home. And this is one of those weeks. So love it. Oh my goodness. Yay. I want to jump up and down. Can we all just do a happy dance for a sec? This is in the House of Leo. We have the Sun. So for any of you tarot readers out there, you're smiling with me. Leo is where we open our arms wide and say, bring it on. Give me the good things in life. We have the courage to receive, to allow good things to come to us. Leos, people think, oh, well, they're very arrogant and they always put themselves first and they always want to be in the limelight. And, I think they trigger in a lot of us that we're not actually very good at receiving. We're not very good at saying, hey, I want my turn. I want to be seen in this favorable light. And so this week has us all feeling a little bit better in that regard, feeling a little bit more seen and well received and appreciated, valued. So a little bit like, hi, Tracy, Leo, Sun and Rising. A little bit like we could take some learning from our Leo friends. And it's so interesting because tomorrow, my very dear Leo friend, Shar, who some of you have seen on my YouTube channel, we did a couple of Feng Shui presentations on the year of, this year we did the year of the wood dragon, last year the year of the water tiger, and so on. Charlene's coming to visit me for 3 days, and we're actually going camping together. We're going to be spending a lot of time in the sun. We're having, finally, the dark clouds have started to clear in the area of Canada where I live, and we are having a few more bright sunny days. Not full sun, but it's getting a little bit warmer, a little bit sunnier. We're really grateful for that because we're going to be out in the woods and, swimming and laying on the beach, even though it's super cold to get in the water here in Canada. We're brave Canadians. We'll brave it. So anyway, being around your, people that, well, light you up, that admire and appreciate you. It's a little bit of mutual admiration, mutual appreciation, a lot of encouragement that we can give each other this week because we're all feeling a little bit, I want to say, more confident. So that's super great. Let's go into now Virgo, House of Virgo. Okay. We're willing to let the little things go this week. Now, some weeks you don't want to let the little things go. You need to focus on the little details. This week, it's, walking away from the little petty things. I think we talked last week about being a bit irritated by the little things that get under your skin. This week, you're going to be able to brush that off a lot easier and, allowing yourself to transform through your daily routines. So there's a real sense of, I just keep hearing the word independence and moving away from being so fixated on control. So that's very interesting being in Virgo. Let's look here at Libra, partnerships, relationships, Three of Pentacles, a great card around building, practically, working on things together, a great weekend coming up this weekend and possibly even next weekend. Great time for family projects, for getting some maybe yard work done for those of us up here in the Northern Hemisphere. We're heading into summertime and we're getting outdoors a lot more. So this is a great week also for, I want to say, I'm just getting almost like renovations and fixing things around the house. You see this character with the hammer in his hand. So a little bit of maybe home reno or getting some of those tasks done, but it feels like it isn't so much like the have-tos as it is just the almost like more of a puttering sort of energy. And it is a very good card in that house of relationship and partnership for working collaboratively with friends and family and people that are close to you. Okay, Scorpio has that raging river energy again. And interesting that that's the words that came through. So the waters are moving this week is what I'm hearing, especially in North America, but even in a few other points on the planet, we may see a lot of moving water, meaning there could be some flooding. And just to be aware if that is something that happens periodically where you live, you might want to keep aware this week and be prepared if there is some kind of movement of water. We've got the sun, of course, warming everything up, coming into summer, and sometimes the flooding happens really early in the year, but this week it feels like there could be more moving energy around water. Okay. Now, here we are in the house of Sagittarius, travel, adventure, exploration, bigger ideas, bigger concepts and expansion. Does not look very expansive, does it? This person is Eight of Swords, tied up, blindfolded. They've got all the swords around them. So what this week could be about is it could be about noticing your limiting patterns. This card is a lot about patterns of thought that are limiting. So you may not be doing a lot of expansive travel or visioning this week, but you may be noticing the patterns that block you from doing that kind of thing. And it's interesting. We've got 2 8s side by side here. One is revving us up. And Scorpio, endings and new beginnings, with all that energy moving, it's like there's a lot of, I want to say, emotional energy that's been cleared even in the last couple of weeks. So what's left is we go, gosh, why am I still thinking these limiting thoughts? Where are these thought patterns coming from? This could be a week to just pay attention to that. And it might become a lot more obvious to you this week that you're doing that, or that, you're letting other people's limiting thoughts kind of rain on your parade and hinder your progress. Okay, I'm going to just take a moment here, say hi to lots of you. Hi, Lori Ann, Redneck Shark, Tracy66, Bamlo, lovely to see you. 5D, The Ascension of Lover's Walk. All right, Rose and Deanna, lovely to see you all, everybody. I want to remind you, please like, share, and subscribe here at the Beyond Mystic channel. Let's just put this up. Oh, I got to go back and do it again. Oh, gracious. It's almost like for my brain, this once a week is not quite often enough for it to stick in how the heck I do this. And it's almost like a learning curve every time I do it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Jean-Claude, Beyond Mystic. This is the YouTube channel. And of course, if you would like to have a reading with me, here is the tab that will show you Psychic Tarot Reading Session with Ashala. You can see the link below and also the coupon code in the ticker banner to receive a 10% discount on any session that you would like to book with me. And finally, I want to remind you that we have coming up tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Beyond Astro Weekly Forecast with Meg. And please tune in. This is also a live, and I'm really excited to see what Meg has to present to us about this upcoming week. Lovely. Okay, so here we go. We're going to finish off looking at our forecast, the House of Capricorn. So let's move this whole thing down a little bit so that you can see these top cards. Yeah, well, you might not want to see them because they're pretty heavy sword cards. Now, when I say that, it's not actually heavy in the sense of, like a lot of external stuff coming at us. It's heavy inside. And it's based on having so much, in a way, thought process around things. Sometimes too much thinking just pushes us right to the edge. And we have two overthinking cards side by side up here. So interesting that we are, in a way, surrendering our thoughts around what we thought our life purpose was, what we thought our soul's destiny was. So we are, when we go through this as a collective, as all of us together having a little bit of this, I thought I knew what I wanted to be when I grow up. And maybe I don't. Maybe there's something more. I'm starting to be curious that the universe is showing me something new. The universe is opening things up, and we're willing to say, okay, I'm not so attached to how I thought it was going to look. I talk a lot with people, with my clients, when I do readings for them, about their purpose, their spiritual purpose, their destiny, their life path. And with this card in this position, it's almost like so many of us are getting a timeline upgrade, and we may get, in a way, a greater version of ourselves coming up, maybe in the next 8 or 10 weeks. So in order to really open our arms wide, you see the little child in the sun card and how he's literally sitting on that horse with his arms wide open. In order to do that, we need to surrender the things that we thought we knew about who we are, what our purpose is. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means that the version of them that you've grown really attached to may not be the whole picture. And so this week, if you can just let go a little, because it's almost like the universe is trying to show you something a little beyond what you thought, either what you thought you were capable of, what you thought the universe was demanding of you, what you thought was going to be required to get through this crazy labyrinth in these wild times that we're living in. You know, a lot of thought that is getting surrendered. When you see this card, this person has thought themselves into a corner, and now you see those swords are like the thoughts, and they're actually, basically almost look like they've destroyed this individual, this overthinking and thinking that they knew. It's that old saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And it isn't about that you're wrong necessarily about any of those things in particular. It's just that the way you thought it was going to unfold, the timing that you thought it was going to unfold in, the version of those dreams and goals that you thought was the only way it could happen, or the very best way, or the way you demand that it's going to happen. Those thoughts, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Those ones where we say, I talk to clients often, and I hear myself saying it too, where we're like, someone makes a suggestion, you're like, no, that could never happen. That won't happen like that. Like, that's not, I can't even imagine that. And it isn't about it's going to happen the way someone has suggested or the way the universe is nudging you. But it might be when you hear yourself saying, no, I can't, it won't. And it's something actually positive and beneficial for you and others. Maybe you might want to just say, okay, I don't know how. I don't know how, but I'm willing to feel this beautiful energy of expansion from the inside out. I'm willing to feel confident enough to be shown, right? We have to have some confidence to learn. We have to have some confidence to be able to hear what the universe is saying. A lot of people say, why did it have to get so extreme? The universe, is like pulling out the rug out from under me. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons why things happen like that. But what I'm being shown is that often we're not listening. We've got a lot of thoughts blocking out what spirit is gently trying to nudge us with. And they say, if it can't nudge you gently, it's going to nudge you a little harder, and eventually it's going to start pulling things away. And the other thing about this is often the universe will block our progress when we need to go bigger, not smaller, when we're actually being asked to upgrade the version of what we thought was our destiny, our purpose, and so on. So it isn't you're not being punished and told, you're not good enough, or it's not right. You're being shown that it's important not to get too attached, especially right now, to those versions of reality. Look at this beautiful, sweet little loving card. This is the Page of Cups, and it's in our house of friendship. Friendship and future. Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of humanity. It is the age that we're entering into. We're going to be in the Aquarian age for 2,500 years. And this age of Aquarius that you've been hearing about since the song in the 60s, this age is about so many things. It's about humanity coming back into, I want to say, group processing, moving out of this overly individuated, me, myself, and I, everyone out for themselves, ego and greed and all that kind of stuff, and coming back into community and into groups and working together on behalf of the greater good of everyone, not just the individual. But we're bringing all we've learned over the last several epochs into this new Aquarian age. Of course, some of that is around technology and futuristic kind of developments and evolution. But one thing that is so interesting about the Aquarian age is it is about decentralizing power, authority, and structures, social structures. So we're going from having everything centralized, power dominant models of politics, and we're going into a decentralized model where it's more grassroots, local initiatives, community initiatives, but it's different than it was a few hundred years ago. It's not this hierarchy where there's a lord and, ruling over this little area, and he's like, the kingpin that controls all the little peasant workers. It's not going to be like that. The Aquarian age is a lot more about innovation and, new, really amazing, efficient, beautiful energies of people working together, like learning how to work together as a cohesive group. It's going to take us quite a while to get into that groove and out of the egomania that has been sort of shoved on us for the last several thousand years. But it's starting. It's starting. And this week is a little tiny glimpse of people feeling gracious and loving in friendship. It's a beautiful week for connecting with your friends, everybody feeling a little confident, a little open, trusting, a little bit more than usual. It's little baby steps, right? This page is a child. In fact, this card is the most significant inner child card of the whole 78 cards. So we've got the inner child in the house of friendship. Isn't that lovely? And in our final house here, oh goodness, another beautiful emotional card. So we have the 9 of Cups at the beginning and the 10 of Cups at the end. Well, this is sort of 10 of Cups is in the house of Pisces. It's our hopes, our dreams, our subconscious. We are opening our arms. Again, do you see those people with their arms open? I got to say, I feel like there's a lot of hugs happening this week. There's a lot of opening our arms and having the confidence to just, you don't have to trust everybody implicitly and, sign over your life to them. But we can trust. Oh, I'm putting that one in the middle for some reason. They're saying we can trust one situation at a time. We can say, well, for today, for this interaction, for this project, for this weekend, I'm going to stay open. It doesn't mean I'm going to forgive everything that someone's done, but for right now, for just this particular little week, let's say, I'm going to trust. It's just try it out. And then you could go back to not trusting. I'm not recommending that, but I'm just saying, we don't have to, it's not like a light on or off. You can have a dimmer switch with trust. You can say, okay, I'm going to lift it a bit and have a bit more this week. And then I might tone it back down if I'm doing a lot of inner work and feeling really vulnerable. So I love that. I love how our guides together brought that message through. 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups side by each. And the final card in the middle is Valor. It is valor and value. Okay, so this is the energy of valuing yourself, valuing your friends, valuing their time, your time, valuing your home space and being so grateful for it. This is also the card, we've talked about this before, it's a strong spiritual card, and it is about holding the line. You know, the strength that we've gained. And this, I think this card might have even been in the center last week, because we were talking about the 7 years and how much we've transformed. There's a little bit of that feeling in the center again this week to remind yourself what you've transitioned and transformed through in the last 7 years. And if we talk about existential expansion, which just means basically things grow a little and then they grow double and then they grow double from that. Everything, you know, it just keeps doubling and doubling and doubling. If we have that over the next 7 years, imagine how much more evolution is going to happen. So the only thing that's really standing in our way this week is our patterns of thought, of limiting thought, that have been running under the surface for a long time. And this is a great week to put some of those things to rest. You know, you got to be able to see them, to say, okay, I'm paying attention, and I'm going to let that go. It might not be gone forever, but you know what? If you catch it a few times, eventually it's going to start to just fade away. So what an amazing week. This has been absolutely lovely to share with you all. Yeah, I'm just looking down at the bottom here. Lori Ann, Jojo, yay. Lovely to see you. Spicy Dame, the Dimmer Switch, right? And Dawn, blessings to all of you. It's such a pleasure to meet with you in this way every week. As I've said before, there's things that can come through when I'm channeling on behalf of all of you and working with all of your guides, especially those of you that take the time to show up here and join in the chat and join in the live. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to lots more sharing in the months and years to come. Blessings to all of you. Have such a beautiful week, everyone. Enjoy all of that wish fulfillment and that, you know, beautiful energy of sanctuary in your home. Bye for